Welcome to the Moss and Marriage Goals Show. God oversees all love stories. It's your boy, Dr. Deontay Moss.
And I'm Dr. Crantaire Moss.
And we are Moss and Marriage. Don't do marriage alone. And we got some special guests in the building. We got the Borst.
Energy.
Are you making me to the building? Jacqueline, what's up?
Hello. Happy to be here with you both.
Yes,
Super happy to have y'all. Super happy to have y'all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mitch, what's up, man?
Loving it, man.
Yeah.
Great day. Great day to be here. I'm excited.
I love it.
Happy you guys can make it to the Moss and Marriage Show.
Sure.
We in season 2. Quit playing.
Season 2.
Quit playing.
Let's go.
Season 2 is
Let's
going
go.
right now.
Let's
We
go.
got the Borst, Jacqueline, and Mitch in here. We about to get it started. But you know how my wife always likes to start.
You better believe it.
Dr. Moss has icebreakers.
I wouldn't be me without them. So we're going to do it, y'all. We're going to play Talk to Me Nicely. Okay? Talk to me nicely. What you're going to do is you're going to write a couple situations on here or conversations that a couple could potentially have to have. We're going to put them in the middle, shake them up. Everyone's going to grab one, and then you're going to have that difficult conversation with your spouse. Kind, be brutally honest, but be kind.
Okay.
All right?
Here we go.
Okay.
Got it? I'll give y'all each a couple.
Gonna make us think.
Yeah. Be brutally honest, but be kind.
Talk to me nicely.
And don't show your spouse
Okay.
whatever you wrote. Hide them, hide them, hide them.
Talk to me nicely. We gotta make a Talk to Me Nicely song.
Right. We should. That would be good.
I'm trying to think of a time Ted didn't talk to me nicely, and I want to say it nicely. Bring up a whole argument. Like,
Let me see you redo that one, buddy. You surely didn't use your nice skills that day. Where was this game that day?
Yeah, use your skills.
Oh, I got a
Alright.
good one.
I was worried. I couldn't think of any, but don't
Oh.
you worry.
Oh.
I should probably fold mine like everybody else's, so we know. Not just in case. There we go.
There we go. We're doing the double fold thing. Is that happening?
Yeah, we're doing it. Yep. I can't believe we're in season 2.
I got some
I
good ones,
can't either.
man.
I'm so excited. If you haven't seen season 1 yet or missed any episodes, there were 16 episodes. So if you're behind, go watch them. Go get caught up. You don't want to miss your blessing.
And a grand finale. Make sure you watch that grand finale too.
I got 3.
Huh?
All right,
Don't
throw
Double
them
you
here.
doing it.
show.
Hold on.
Yep.
Let me fold them one more time.
Like and subscribe. Moss and Marriage.
Stay a while.
Yeah.
This pretty good.
All right,
Whatever
y'all.
y'all got, we in there.
Okay, here we
Okay,
go.
they got it. Do you guys have your results?
I got mine.
Here
There you go.
All righty. On first, so they know. We'll mix them all up here.
Talk to me like. So we letting the boards go first.
Yeah.
We're the guests.
Very good at this.
All right.
It's going to be good.
You got to talk to me nicely.
I wonder.
Be brutally honest, but be nice.
We're gonna find out if they
Man.
talk to each other nicely on a regular basis. Let's see how Mitch and Jacqueline do this.
Okay.
Let's grab one.
Grab one. Yep.
Okay.
Grab one.
One.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I get the right.
yeah, this is
I
what
got 2.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that one.
Right. Oof. I know who wrote this one.
Oh.
I already know. Jacqueline wrote this one.
Oh, you picked your own.
She wrote it about an argument we've had very recently. That's right.
Stay tuned.
That's right.
Stay
Here we go.
tuned.
We didn't think about that. You guys would know each other handwriting.
I know.
I didn't know her handwriting, but this is too specific. It's been a real fight. It's been a real fight.
This gonna be good.
Why didn't you get a green pen?
Let's
Okay.
role play it and
Let's role
reenact
play.
it. We do that.
Can we
as
role
a
play it
tool,
in
so-
real life or in reverse? Because this is always my problem. This is a real problem.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
you have to say it nicely to her.
I gotta
Yeah.
say it nicely to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. And she has to figure out if she can figure out what it is.
Okay. Hold on. Let
Oh,
me
what the
read how it
argument
was
is?
written
Yeah.
again.
Well,
Yeah,
she knows
what-
because she wrote it. He said.
What he's
Well,
trying
she
to
got
say.
3. She got 3 that she wrote down.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. We have something going on tonight, and it means a lot to me. I really would appreciate if you kept an eye on the clock and made sure we had plenty of time to get there.
The way you're saying it sounds so sarcastic.
You did really good though.
You
I'm like,
did good.
That's right.
You did good.
You know
You
what
did
it
good.
is?
Yeah, you were running late after I said specifically be home at 5:30.
It was about tonight too. It happened
Oh.
tonight.
Wow.
Because I do know, for us, like, I know that his meeting, I knew he had a meeting backed up to this. So I knew, and I asked him very specifically, can you be home at 5:30? Yep, I got it. So I was watching, because he always texts me, I'm on my way home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I've got this. But then it started to get later and later, and he hadn't texted me yet. So we do have like a signal that I'll text him, I'll call him,
signal.
and if he doesn't answer, then we have on Find My iPhone, I can ping his phone, because that's the only thing, because he puts his phone on Do Not Disturb for a meeting.
Gotcha.
So we're undisturbed. So if once I ping the phone, then
That
he
means,
knows
like,
either
that's
a
the real
child has
deal.
lost a limb, or she is very angry and I need
Get
to be
back
home,
to
or
your
get
wife.
back home, and that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
That's right. I am very much not a rule follower. I'm the last born. I like to just kind of make things happen as they happen.
The rebel.
She is a firstborn. She's very
In charge.
organized, meticulous. Is a good thing.
Planning.
But
But
you're firstborn too. Is that why
Yeah,
you're
that's
in charge?
right.
Look, very much so.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
why we
definitely
don't get along as
characteristic.
often. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we'll get there, and she's like, I need you home at this time.
She like, we'll get there
though.
at 6.
Is that
That's
why
right.
we battle?
That's
'Cause
right.
I'm the oldest too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oldest
Well,
and
I think
oldest.
you don't have
Yeah.
oldest. You don't have the oldest traits.
I don't. I have the youngest traits.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
You have middle child
So
traits.
are
you are
Slack.
definitely a free ball.
Okay,
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
a free ball.
So same with him. So it does even me out, because if I don't have that, then I tend to be really rigid.
Yeah.
So he does balance
I feel.
that out,
Yeah.
which is good. I get mad at him, but I know I need it.
Yeah.
I feel,
Excellent.
I feel like you did really well.
Oh,
You
thanks.
I feel
Yeah.
like you're. I was like,
It's got
he
the
does-
therapy
you do
talk
this.
thing.
You do
Yes,
this.
That's right.
therapy tone.
That's right. You
Yep.
can
It
do
was
it.
very direct.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It was
So he
very-
didn't
Right.
even hesitate. We got some people in here like, how do I talk nice? Oh, my. Oh, man.
That's right.
They be
Yeah.
sweating.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this your first time communicating?
That's right. That's great.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
No, I gotta make sure I don't do that.
Yeah.
Over there.
Gotta dig deep.
It's-
Gotta dig
Yeah.
deep.
Oh, how did I talk nice to my wife?
I
Yeah.
love it.
Never done that before.
Yeah.
You're all seeing it.
All right. So did you figure out what it was? No, y'all got it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Figured it out.
Okay, am I
Right.
going, or are you?
No,
wanna switch?
you-
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Hey, babe, how much more time do you have until you're ready? It's looking like we're getting close to the time we have to leave. Are you ready? How you feeling about how
Running
much time?
late.
How much more time do you need?
Running late because we got something coming up.
Yeah.
So, right? We're
So
running
same
late.
thing, yeah.
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 Like as soon as I
Yeah.
opened this, I was like, oh, we're
Yeah.
both. We're like,
Classic.
usually one of us is running late, so we're pretty rehearsed in that one.
That's right.
That's pretty dope. So
Yeah.
y'all know how to like have that conversation or
Yeah.
how to talk to the person in a
Yeah.
way that
Yes.
gets them to move
Mhm.
without
We've
making
been
it a
together
conflict.
for a long time, and we've always had the same argument every time.
Yeah.
So
He used
it's
to be
always
really
about
upset about
that.
it because I'm usually the late one.
Yeah.
So he used to be really,
Oh, I
really
used
upset.
to be very on time, you guys. I used to be
Then he
very
married
strict
me.
by it.
Uh-huh.
She broke me.
Nope.
We just got
Same.
over it.
Yep.
I just stopped caring as much about it, and now
We
we
had
don't
that
bring it up as
conversation
much.
though. I literally was like, you can either be mad at me for the rest of our marriage,
That's
or
true.
you can learn how to cope with
Mhm.
me. I will try to be better.
Yeah.
But especially after we had kids, I'm like, I also have to get these two kids ready. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
sorry,
That helped you a lot.
it did.
Yeah.
It did. So once I was like, fix it
Exactly.
or
And I
Not
realized I
problems.
really didn't care that much. It was
My-
not worth the fight.
Yeah.
My dog didn't help me. I thought my
Yeah.
dog would
Yeah.
help me, but it didn't help me.
Yeah.
Didn't help.
Yeah.
Me and we weren't kind of the same though. When we first
Okay.
got together, he was super timely.
Really?
Yeah.
Super timely. Then I think he kind of some of my habits rubbed off
Yeah.
on him.
yeah.
And he got a
And
little
I
bit
got
more
fired
lax.
from a lot of jobs
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did
because
not.
of my wife.
You
Yeah.
are like
I
She
get it.
couldn't get mad.
You
So
are.
I became an entrepreneur.
There you go.
Boom. Problem solved.
It was a gift.
Your sentence was never the reason you were let
My
go.
wife, she won't let me be on time. Job. Talk
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
It's an easy blame. You're like, it's the
Talk
wife.
to her, but
Sorry.
talk to her a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nicely. That's right.
I'm weak.
Okay.
So you guys got them both. They
Two for
did.
two.
Good.
They
Yeah,
did.
two for
It was
two.
really cute too.
Nah, they did. They got them both right, babe. So we
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah, you got it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
we got to
pressure.
do this right.
That's
Pressure.
Yes, please. For the sake, you can't let them come
For
out
the
here.
sake of the show.
Is it your show or theirs?
Is it? You want me to go first, or you
Go
want?
ahead, babe. Yeah.
All right. So, babe, we got guests coming in on Friday.
Oh, who is it?
The
The
cousins.
Borst?
The Borst.
That's right.
Yeah, they're coming to dinner. They're coming to dinner. So I want to, get the house together. You think you could help me do some stuff? You get to pick whichever rooms you want to hit, but I just need some help so we can get it done quickly.
Oh, for sure. I got the closet.
Can you pick 2 more things too?
I would do
The
that
cupboard?
too. That's right.
The laundry room?
Which bathroom
Yes.
would you like?
The
Yes.
bathroom? Okay, I do the downstairs bathroom.
Okay, cool.
Because since you made that my designated bathroom.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
You
Boom.
wanted me to clean
Nice.
the house. That was
The
you
whole
wanted to do.
thing.
You think you sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help with some housework.
Nice. Nice.
Great minds think alike. I had
Yeah.
something similar to that, but that's not my handwriting.
So did I. I think I wrote the same thing.
My turn. So we got that right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There you go.
I can't mess up. It's on me.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Hey,
get it.
babe.
Mhm.
How you doing today?
I'm well. How are
Looking
you?
really good too.
Thank
I just
you.
want to let you know that.
Talk your talk, Dr.
You know,
Moss.
I like to talk my talk. Matter of fact, I was thinking about this today. Why don't you get a babysitter for King? That's our dog. Can you get a babysitter?
I can.
Because he be all in the mix sometime. But I just wanted to be me and you tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I got
We
you.
can I could start that bath water.
Okay.
All
There you
right.
go.
You know what I'm
There you go.
saying? Put them
Uh-huh.
bubbles in there for
There
you.
you go.
I like
Make
that.
sure if you want me to scrub you a little bit and do a
For
massage
sure,
afterwards,
for
whatever you
sure.
want to do. Put your TV show on,
I like it.
and we can just relax and do whatever you want to do, babe.
Okay.
You
I like
that's
that.
Cool?
Sounds very soothing.
But you gotta
and
get King a babysitter because he be looking sometimes. Like,
They do ruin the vibe.
That's right.
Hey, bro.
Count it done.
Yeah.
What
he be
dog?
like,
I know.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Put him
on,
on his
man.
back.
like King, stop! Go
Look, Cage.
cage, King.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
What do you think I'm talking about? Please let me.
Relaxing her or something about getting her mind away from stuff and relaxing her, being of use in other ways to meet her needs and get her.
Intimacy.
Mm.
For intimacy lacking? No.
Okay.
Did I get that? I don't think I got that.
I think
That's close.
I
That's
think
close.
it's close. I
For the
think
sake of the show, yes.
That's right.
Yes.
You're the host, man. You got
it's
it.
your show. You get the shot.
That's right.
Follow.
We got it right. I'm such a full team, babe.
Yes.
Thank you.
Boom.
Yes.
Good job, babe.
You know.
Way to go.
It would have definitely do all that.
Beautiful.
You definitely created an intimate moment.
Yeah.
That's
what I was
right.
thinking.
I was feeling
Yeah.
over here, man. I was getting
Yeah.
excited.
Way to go.
That's right. I'm like, man, maybe we need to get in a little later.
Are you relaxed?
Is now my chance.
Are you
Right.
tired today, babe?
Yeah. How you feeling?
I could get a babysitter for King. Oh.
I know.
Yep.
King's got to go to his cage.
Right. That part.
Yeah, so that was Talk to Me Nicely. That was another one of your icebreakers. I love
good.
your
Way to go.
icebreakers.
Before we get into the love story,
No.
I just said before we get into the love story, I knew he was trying to pause.
Oh, I didn't know you were trying to pull.
Yeah, he was standing up pausing.
Yeah. Let me just.
Oh, okay.
What I realized is if you have a memory card in here, what happens is there's a big square on the screen.
Oh, we don't want that on the episode.
Interesting.
You take
Yeah.
the memory card out, and that square goes away.
Interesting.
Huh.
It's basically using it like webcam. It's all recording.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's new
Oh.
information I didn't know.
We just
Because
learned
the
something.
other ones.
Do you want to? We have more icebreakers. Do we need to do it again?
Mm-mm.
Oh no. You're good. I'm
No.
just gonna.
He recorded it. He's just gonna stop it and
Okay.
then we're gonna run
No.
back like nothing happened.
TV
They won't even
magic.
notice.
TV magic.
You gotta sit.
Yeah, that's it.
We can throw in
A commercial?
Right there.
You want to give a commercial
You
about your
guys,
business?
You can always say, okay, and we're back.
You do it, bro.
We
Babe,
finish
go
this,
for it.
and we're
Allowed?
back, whatever.
Is that cool?
Yeah, it's our show.
Put that in on you.
I don't
Okay.
care.
No.
You mean compliance wise?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We won't
Like
get into
marketing.
that. We're not trying to get
stuff.
sued.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
To us, it would be wealth wave.
Yeah, be well played.
Nah.
Nah, we'll skip.
Nah,
Okay.
don't do it.
Yeah.
You
It's-
can always say
yeah.
that later. if you decide to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
there
cool.
you go. I
I'll
appreciate
figure
it.
out it.
Yep. Now you got us? 3?
Yep.
Three.
There you go.
We are with the Borst and they in the building.
We're
Wasn't
back.
Just did an icebreaker. We in the building. We doing it right
Let's
now.
go.
Hey, so how does a Mitch meet a Jacqueline and Jacqueline meet a Mitch? How
Let's
does this,
talk about
this
it.
love story
Ooh.
start?
Yeah.
Let's talk
Good
about it.
question.
How did we meet?
First time ever, we were the same age, 3 months.
I'm
We
older,
were-
so
You're
I'm
older?
smarter.
Oh, you're a cougar.
That's
Yeah.
right.
She's a cougar.
10 years old,
Yeah.
6th grade.
It's the first time we
10?
met.
That's right.
Really?
Wow.
First time we met. She was into another man at the time.
What?
Another a man.
Hot
Yeah.
5th grade boy.
Boy.
What
Another
can I say?
10-year-old boy had her heart.
Yeah.
She gave him a cool calculator.
Oh
did.
my God.
You know who you are if you're listening. It's cool now though, because I won. But you know,
That part.
that's
Checkmate.
right. Check. Yep. So we were 10. We were in elementary school. I came to her school when we were in 6th grade,
Uh-huh.
and didn't pay any attention to each other at all.
No.
But that's how we met. And that's the first time we saw each other.
Uh-huh.
And then, let's see, 8th and 9th grade, I liked another girl.
Yep.
2 girls. We liked another guy. Some
Yes.
serious
2
dating
girls.
stuff.
Not sure if you
guys.
heard him push that in.
Yeah, 2 separate girls. I met some people. And then 9th grade, we
Yeah.
were 15,
Mm-hmm.
and we started talking. I made her laugh.
Oh,
Oh.
That was it.
that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
do
was
that.
it.
That's one of
That's
my
it.
moves.
Mhm.
Make them laugh.
So we were in
Constant laughter.
Mrs. Loudenslager's.
Oh.
Loud and
Yep, Loudenslager's science class.
I don't remember where are you going.
You were sitting the seat in front of me.
Oh, he
Okay.
knows.
He
He
does.
knows.
I got a
knows.
memory.
I thought we
you
were in
guys.
Spanish class.
Okay,
See.
We
sure.
were sitting next to each other.
So we were in our class.
Yeah.
And
Good.
she, I'm real good at books and stuff. That's my
Yeah.
thing. I'm real good at
He's
that.
super
She's
smart.
really good with people.
Yep.
Okay. So the
Great
nice
at
way of
people.
saying is like, I'm not good with people. She's not great at books. But we balance each other
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
So we're in class. I got it. I don't need to pay attention.
And
I'm
school
not
was
worried
really
about it.
challenging for me.
Yeah.
It was super challenging for me. No matter how hard I studied, I couldn't get it. I couldn't test well. It was a really
was
hard
tough.
challenge for me.
I didn't
But
get
it made me
it,
laugh,
that's
and I
right.
could tell you what every single teacher wore the whole week.
Yep.
I had it. Person, people were it was my thing.
So we're 15. We're in class, sitting next to each other. I'm bored. She's confused. She's not paying attention.
No.
And then I start making these comments, right? Because that's my thing. I like to make people laugh.
Uh-huh.
So I make comments, and then she starts to giggle. But now I got attention.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, it's on now. So then I make more comments. I make other funny jokes. And she keeps laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I like this girl.
Right.
So that was like beginning of 9th grade.
Mhm.
And then by, what was it? 11, 12, 10.
Yep.
It was our official first date
like you,
thing. I
yeah.
like you thing. So then from there, all the way through high school, through college, we went to college together. We were going to be
Okay.
teachers, realized we didn't
Yeah.
like it at the same time, which kind of worked out.
Yeah, that did work out.
So we moved back home. We got married at 20.
Mm.
We were already together for 5 years at that point, so might as well get
Oh.
married.
Yeah.
And then did some other work stuff together. We had Emmeline when we were 23.
Uh-huh.
She's 4.5 now, almost 5. A
Yeah.
couple years later, we had Grant. But yeah, it all started down in high school class,
Yeah.
making her laugh. That's
Wow.
kind of been our
Where
thing,
it was.
keeping us together.
Yeah.
And how long have you guys been married now?
7 years. We
yes.
just
7
celebrated.
years.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I know.
That's what's
up. Right.
I
Let's
know.
go.
And
Yeah,
how many kids?
2 kids.
2 kids.
Yep.
7
4
years.
and a half. She'll be 5 next month, and then 2.5.
So you literally were high school sweethearts.
High school
Literally high school
sweethearts.
sweethearts.
Middle school even.
Yeah.
I mean, it went
We-
back.
We fell in love, and that was that. We were told, oh, you should date in college. Like, you should date around and make sure. And it didn't really feel right to me to date around. And my argument to that was, why break what works to see if something else works?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like,
I'm
he's
pretty great.
like I was in love too. We had been together for so long. He had made me laugh.
We've
He
been
had-
through some stuff.
Yeah, so there was a lot of there in our story of just he was always there. He was very handy.
Uh-huh.
And my parents had bought a house in Temperance, and so it had a ton of land.
Acres. There was a barn in the back.
Yes, and lots of things
Needed
needed to
some
be
work.
fixed. So I would invite him over to fix things. So he was over a lot, and he really became a brother to my sisters, and obviously I enjoyed having him around. And so the family bond really became really strong. In fact, we have a family group text with my sisters, and he's in it. Like it's
Okay.
very, very
Yeah, it's
tight knit. best friends type of. I would change it. And so
Her parents' house when she was a teenager really worked out for me
it
because
did.
we love her dad, but he's doesn't know how to fix stuff that great.
Yeah.
More of like a duct tape and paperclip kind of guy.
But
I always
I know a guy like that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
My
Which
family,
works.
yeah. My
But-
family, like that's just what they did. They always
Yeah.
fixed stuff. And so I always benefited from like knowing how to do stuff. So I'm like, oh, I can replace a door lock. Oh, I can fix a door. I was actually just going over to see Jacqueline because
Yeah.
she'd always like hold the flashlight type of
Yeah.
situation, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Just trying to
Real
spend
up close
time
and
together.
personal.
Yeah.
Oh, you need me to get closer? Okay.
Yeah, right.
I
Right.
can't see.
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh.
Jump on my back.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's
So it worked
how
out.
that's how it started. And then junior, senior banquets through high school. And then when we went to college, that's when I realized, no, I think I want to marry him. I don't want to date around. I'm
Yeah.
happy with who he is and what he's going to provide and the laughter that he brings. And so,
That was like our college season was like our first real test run of like what it would be kind of like to be married. I mean, we were in different dorms, but we were dependent on each other. Like
Yeah.
we had to pay our way through school. I had a full-time job and a full class
Yeah.
load. She had a job.
and it was in
And-
Indiana. So we
yeah.
were away from home.
Broke as a joke.
Oh, so
I mean, we were splitting
Culver's Kid Meal.
Culver's kids meals. We would take the toy back and get ice cream, and I'd have half a
Dang.
hamburger. She'd have a half hamburger. We split the fries. That's how broke we were,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it worked.
We teased because it prepared us for entrepreneurship.
That's
Yeah,
true,
I was
man.
just thinking, we do
Like,
that now.
I
That's
know.
right.
I'm like,
That's
see,
right.
we learned how to live and share and not a lot then, and so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
easy and it didn't scare me then. So I'm like, why, you know? And you always promised a beautiful life, and you've given that to us, and we
Aw.
showed that.
You better
So-
plant your seed.
That's right.
So because of that, I knew that we would go places with you, even though it made me mad because he likes to change and like
It's a
life
last one
changes.
thing.
Yeah, it's a
I
last
don't like to
one
be
thing.
stuck in a box.
I do.
Yeah.
I just stop
She likes
changing
her
life.
box. It's
I
very
like the box.
comfortable in
There's
here.
nothing
It's
wrong
nice.
with the box. Stop changing the box.
Yeah.
He loves to try to change that, and so it's good for me. But that's how it was, and we fell in love, and I was like, all right. We wanted kids early because my great grandma. I had my great grandma until I was 21,
20.
yeah, because she died right before
Right
we got
before
married.
wedding.
So I had her until I was 20, but she was super active, always playing with us, and I love the memory. She actually lived right over here in Rossford, and so I loved that memory. And so my grandma is still living, and so when we had talked about having kids, I'm like, I'm okay with having them young when we have energy, so let's do that. And thankfully, by the grace of God, we were able to have kids very quickly. And so we had Grant, Emmy, but they both have their great grandparents, and so that was important to us to have, and that was really special to us. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
love it.
Do you guys
Little bit
ever
of
go to the new Culvers and like covers and chop the sandwich up again just for old time?
For old time's sake.
So now we take our
Sometimes,
kids.
man. So we did start a business. So there has been those like empty bank account. We're having rice
yeah.
and chicken for dinner. You know, like we figured out. So
Figured it out.
here, life hack: how to
Yeah.
feed a
Yeah.
family on no dollars.
Uh-huh.
You got a Costco membership. You get a rotisserie chicken. It's like
Okay.
$5.
Yep,
White rice. It's nothing.
goes a long
And
way.
a bag of frozen corn from Meyer, 99 cents. So you're in it for $6.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
assuming you got rice.
Yeah.
Heat it all up. That's a filling meal, you guys.
Yeah.
Those chickens are
And the
monstrous.
kids eat it.
The kids
eat
love it.
because it's plain.
We
Yeah.
spent
Okay.
a lot of days eating those, especially early on in business.
Some
where
ranch,
it's like,
some
yeah,
barbecue sauce.
put a little sauce on it. Oh, it tastes like whatever you
Boom.
want it to taste.
I eat like that on purpose.
That's right. It's good, man.
Tell
The
the truth.
kids, the
meals.
kids
Oh
love
my
it.
God,
Comfort
that's
meals.
how I eat.
Yes.
That's
I
it.
love it.
It is
It's like
so
comfort
good.
food to
It
me.
is.
He loves
I just made this thing up the other day with rice,
Oh, yeah.
and I put a can of chicken noodle soup in it.
Oh, there you go.
And then I
Ooh.
chop up a chicken breast and I eat it, and I like, oh.
There you go.
So
Think about it.
good.
I'm
He
gonna
like,
do that.
babe, I made some soup. You want some?
It
Mm.
was, I didn't call it
Nope.
soup. I didn't call it soup.
Well, you put all that together. I would call that a
Yeah.
soup.
Yeah.
I've never been to prison, but I make breaks.
There you go.
Oh, you call it a break?
That's awesome.
I had some family. I know how to make breaks now. I had a lot of family in prison. They taught me. I never did.
Tricks.
I worked in prisons though. We worked in prisons.
Definitely.
Yeah, we taught
Turn.
Korea and all kind of stuff in prison.
I have been to prison before.
My wife actually works in a juvenile prison.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
As a
really?
teacher.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
High school math teacher inside of treatment facility for
Nice.
kids adjudicated on felony crimes.
Oh,
Yeah, we
wow.
have programs
It's
down
really
there.
cool,
We
yeah.
taught Bible studies
Yeah.
consistently. Yep. So
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Wow.
those are
Cool.
guys and gals.
Yeah,
Guys and
Nice.
our people.
How long have you worked there?
11
100
years?
years.
No,
100
11.
years.
11 years. As soon as
Really?
we got together. I was working there right in the beginning of
And
us
she
getting
loves it.
married and stuff. Yeah.
Loves it.
Good.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you gonna work in the jail with the kids? She was like,
So rewarding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rewarding.
Yeah, I love
and my
it.
boss at the time knew she was gonna love it.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
first I wasn't
'Cause
even gonna
I was
go.
a teacher too,
Oh,
educator,
yeah.
and behavior coach for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, you gonna love that job. And she
Aw.
never turned back.
I went one day to sub and never left.
Even when she got a
great.
doctoral degree, they're like, you're gonna still do this? She's like, I
Oh
love
my God.
it.
Wow.
Yeah. What's your doctoral degree in?
Education.
Okay.
Education administration. So I kind of started out like you guys. I was an education major,
Okay.
and then I decided, like my junior year, like, I think I want to work with numbers. I
Yeah.
don't want to do education. Don't want to be in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided to get a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics.
Yeah.
But then I went there to sub,
Okay.
and I was like, I think I really do want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
So
Really?
I got my master's in education, got my teaching license, and so forth.
Oh,
Nice.
fun.
Yeah.
That's
Very
really
good.
cool.
That's
Very
kinda
neat.
My
Okay.
story, my journey, short version.
Yeah. Sure.
Great. The short version. Love that.
She's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. How'd you guys meet? I don't think I know that.
So 12 years old. Now on the show we've talked about this before, and there seems to be a different story that she
Uh-oh.
gives than me. It's the
Uh-oh.
same story, but it's different. It's one part she says is different. I met her when I was 12. She was swimming at a swimming pool with her little sister and little brother, and
Okay.
I was with my two little sisters.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we were having the time of our lives. We're in the kiddie pool because I can't swim.
Yeah. Sure.
I only got to be, and I'm kind of short,
Yeah.
so I got to
Okay.
stay where I can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tiptoe.
Yeah,
bounce
yeah,
off
yeah,
the
you
bottom.
know,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how I swim.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, "Let's kiss,"
Ooh.
but she didn't want nobody to see, so she said, "Let's go underwater. Let's go to the deep end." I almost died.
Oh.
Yeah.
man.
Almost died.
'Cause I
Can't
went to go
swim.
get
Let
it.
it.
Like I was like, oh yeah.
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 Okay, let's get it.
Open my.
Yeah.
But that's how we met.
Did you have to
Okay.
like save him?
No.
Oh, okay.
He figured
She
it-
saved
he
me
figured
once.
it
She
out.
saved my
Okay.
life. Yeah, I don't know how I got
Right.
out, but I almost died. That is a true story.
No
Oh
kidding.
my word.
But that's how we
That's how
met.
you
12 years
met.
old. She
Yeah.
moved here from Wisconsin, but I'm born and raised in Toledo.
Okay.
So we met at that pool, and we wouldn't see her for years later until she graduated college and was at the Boys and Girls Club.
Mhm.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
And
Nice.
I remember
Okay.
her, and we were working at the Boys and Girls
How
Club.
about that?
And I know she might have a little, and I'm like, and she was getting ready to get her master's. So I lied and told her I was.
Oh, that's a
Just
That's
this.
a-
That's a
And
big
it wasn't
lie,
true.
man. That's
it
a
wasn't
big
true.
one.
What school you go to? I
No
don't know.
lying, people.
That's-
Grand Canyon
Oh, man.
University,
Hold
ACDC
up.
College.
how did it come about when you had to tell the truth? Like how did that when did she figure it out?
So before we got married, I was like, I didn't graduate. I didn't even have undergrad yet. She said, since you lied, you have to go back and get them.
Oh man.
So it worked out. Now I'm Dr. Moss.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
So
That's great.
That's the only reason I
awesome.
got my doctorate. No,
So
just-
got it. Just yeah.
He said, since you're a liar,
Yeah. You gotta make up for it.
yeah, you're going to have to do what you said you was going to do. And I did. And now I know I can do anything.
He figured it out.
Nice.
Let's get it.
Thank you, man.
Way to
She
go.
pushed me.
Nice.
Good
She
job.
pushed me.
Get you one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I heard you say something that I was like, oh, I want to back on
Yeah.
that. Because you said you like to be in your box. Once
do.
you figure out how life is, you get a hold on life, you want it to stay.
Yeah.
He likes it to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do that? And to me,
Yeah.
what I heard, my mind immediately heard, ooh, submission.
Yeah.
Because that's really, to me, that's submission in action.
Yeah.
Like I want it my way, but I trust you enough
Yeah.
to surrender what I want to figure out what you're gonna make this box become.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us about what happens for you on the inside to be able to accept that, to welcome that and allow him to
to
make this box
Make
something
that change.
beautiful.
Mhm.
So usually what happens is he's gotten good at not just springing it on me. So he used
Okay.
to just spring it on me
Yep.
and that would result in me, I feel in real time. So I would usually just blow up and get really mad. I'm like, how dare you? My life matters and what I think matters too. And so we would go through that fight and then I would cool off and we would come back and we would have the conversation. Now I know I can see it usually about 2 to 3 days before he springs it on me. He'll say something along the lines of, what would be your thoughts on if maybe we would change this or this? Or I've been thinking about this or this. And so then I know, oh, great, here it comes.
Plant the seed.
Yeah.
He plants the seed.
Let it foster a little
Uh-huh.
bit.
And
Come
so,
back a couple days later.
yeah, and I can see that. So usually I get really, my natural reaction is usually frustration. why are we doing this? I don't like conflict.
Yeah.
So I'm like, everything is peaceful right now, and I don't want that. But I always know in anything that we've had change in our marriage, I mean, this is 7 years of marriage, so it wasn't like this the first couple of years, but he's
Yeah.
got a good track record. Usually when there's change, it results in the well-being of our family. I also know that he loves me, and he's not going to put us and our family in a position that's going to hurt us or put us in a compromising situation. So I do trust him in that area. I don't go down very easily, though.
Yeah.
He's got to have his ducks in a row before depending on how big the transition is, he's got to have his
Yeah.
ducks in a row. When we started our business, we decided to move from Temperance, which was very close to my parents and the life that I grew up with, to Toledo. We were downsizing in our house, so as a wife, I wasn't thrilled about that.
Yeah.
And so that was probably the biggest change that we had. I knew it was going to be for the benefit of the life that we wanted to build, but it was challenging, right?
Yeah.
I was leaving the house that we brought Emmy home to, that she learned how to crawl in, that she learned
Yeah.
how to walk in. And so I was really having a tough time with that, just memories. But he sat me down.
None of those things even registered for me.
Yeah,
Like,
he
it's a
doesn't-
house. You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
I've
And
learned that too. You don't
like,
think that doesn't register. It's
my
not,
brain sees the numbers.
Yeah,
We bought it for a number. We sold it for a bigger number.
yeah,
Yeah.
We paid off some debt with it. Then we were debt free at the time. We got a cheaper house, lower overhead, start a business with cheaper bills. It makes it healthier. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a win all the way around, right?
Yeah.
But as a wife,
Not considering
yeah,
the emotional side.
I'm
of
seeing
it.
all of the emotional side. Now I have to drive further to my parents' house. They can't just stop over. How is that going to affect Emmy? And so I'm thinking all of it emotionally.
Yeah.
And then letting go of the fact that it's not because he doesn't love me. He's just not wired that way.
Yeah.
And so being
Doesn't
able,
register.
so being able to this is a lot of conversations that we've sat down, and I'm like, when you do that, it makes me feel like you're not taking into account that I have feelings about this.
Yeah.
This isn't just, I understand that you're logical about it. I am not. I'm emotionally wired. So I need you to give me some time so I can just think through it and weed through all of that.
Yeah.
And then through that, I know I will come to the conclusion, but I need some time to think about this. And so that's kind of how we worked. Yes, it is submission, but also because we're best friends
Yeah.
and I trust him,
Yeah.
I know that he's not going to lead us astray, but I also think that's him, one, God giving him wisdom in our
For
marriage.
sure.
And I do believe that God gives me, as I pray and ask God, God, I need you to change my heart. If this is what you
Yeah.
want, you got to change my heart. Because right
Yeah.
now it's an absolute no.
Yeah.
It's not a no. And usually I soften within a couple of days.
Right.
Like, okay, there we go.
Oh,
All
I wanna
right,
do it,
you're
I wanna
right.
do it.
Okay.
I know. I know. So
When even learning from like the very first time I ever decided like our family's making a big change, and we were driving out of a parking lot, and I said, that's the last time we're ever going to that place.
didn't end well.
What? Like I just dropped
Yeah.
the hammer and like oh, I made the decision. We're done. You know, didn't go well.
Mhm.
And now the complete opposite, where when I have these, I think this is what we need to do. I'll think about it. If it's a big enough thing, I'll say, hey, here's what I'm thinking. That's a big deal. That's a big change.
Yeah.
I need you to think about it. But she sees stuff that I'll never see too.
Yeah.
So I see it through my lens. She sees it through her lens. We talk about it, both sides of it. And usually we end up moving forward. But I've also sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, you're right. I hadn't considered this or that. This would be stupid for us to do, you know? So valuing what she says and taking that into consideration is a big part of it too. And that's helped her feel more like she has a voice in the decision.
Right. Right.
It's
Yeah.
not just me saying stuff, you know. That's been a huge thing.
He thanks me too when there's a side of something that he hasn't thought of. He'll usually, you did it the other night. We were in the yard talking about something. And you were like, oh my gosh, thank you for saying that. I didn't even see that. And that was really helpful. That was a really good perspective. So that helps me see and feel valued. The other thing that we have in our marriage is that yes, when it comes down to it biblically, he is the head of the home. But we are equals in the decisions. And so
Sure.
he weighs what I have to say. And we that's something we talk about a lot is no, like this is our family we're building. If push came to shove, then yeah, he's going to have to make that call, but he answers to God for,
Yeah.
the decisions of our family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on him. So, but what he does do is no. This is a team effort. This is
Yeah.
us. We've got this. So if I don't weigh what you have to say, then our marriage falls apart, and
Right.
then I didn't do what I was supposed to anyway.
Yeah.
So we really do try to value what each other says.
Yeah, I
And
think there's only been once or twice where I've just had to say like, this is
I
how
really
I feel.
think,
This
yeah.
is what we have to do because it's on me, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But almost everything else that I can think of has always been a us thing.
I think that's dope.
That's
I love
amazing.
it. Yeah. So even when I heard her say it, I was like, "Ooh, I like how that look in
Yeah.
action." You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to just, elaborate on it a little bit.
Yeah, thanks. Well, good. I hope that was helpful.
For sure.
No, it
For
was.
sure.
That's powerful.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Even the reference to him being the head and ultimately has to make the
Yeah.
decision, but considering you,
Yeah.
so often a lot of women just feel like, just hear me,
Yeah.
just know
Yes,
that.
yes.
I have a point of view
Yeah,
and I matter.
Yeah.
So
Tara's similar to in a way. She know I have to answer the guy. She like,
Yeah.
hey, was God in this decision making?
Yeah.
She could tell, and she like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
we could do that.
yeah.
Yeah. We also see things, especially typically the woman's going to be running inside the house. I'm making sure the kids get where they need to go. I'm making sure the dinners are, it just is naturally that way for our dynamic. And so because of that dynamic, it's wise for him to value what I have to say, because I'm going to see things and how it's going to affect me and the kids and our family dynamic more than he would. Yeah. So it is helpful to have that. So yeah.
How does risk play in your decision makings? Are you like more of a risk taker or less? Or who's the risk taker?
Oh,
1,000% me. 1,000% me. She's not a risk taker very much.
no.
She'll follow me into the fire, but I'm like, oh, there's a fire. Let's go into it.
Yeah.
It's,
I will follow you into the fire.
but she ain't going first.
I think that's
No,
that's
because
how we
in
are.
my head,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if it goes south, then I can just throw him under the bus.
That's
Sorry,
right.
it was a bitch's idea.
Yeah.
This
He
is why I
thought
don't
of
like
this.
risk.
Yep.
Come on, D-Shack.
Oh,
That's right.
oh. I'm tired. Stop throwing things at me. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I know you guys do a lot with financing.
Yes.
Helping
Money
people
making
get
bitch.
That's right.
No.
That's
Paid in
right.
full.
That's right.
retirement, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
What are some financial habits that you would encourage couples to have?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That first,
go.
yeah. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite thing to talk about. First of all, talk about it.
Yeah.
41% of divorces are due to finance.
Yeah.
Just having differences of opinion on who's spending what, separate accounts, joint accounts, it doesn't matter. But having a joint view of money, that's so healthy. Because if spouse A is hiding money from spouse B, that ain't going to work out. What are you trying to do there, right?
Yeah.
So having conversations about that's huge. Some people are super strict. The rule following, here's my budget down to the last penny. Some people are, as long as there's cash in my account, we're good,
Yeah.
And I don't believe that there's like one specific way you got to do it, because humans are very different.
Yeah.
But having some sort of conversation around it, keeping it in front of you is huge. Obviously, easy stuff like not racking up credit cards, spending less than you were, and all of those are easy things. But especially when it comes to a marital dynamic, knowing that you're on the same page, moving in the same direction, we might make financial decisions separately. Truth, transparently, she spends more money on Amazon than I do. Like, that's just
Yeah.
a thing,
That's
but
what we
we're
talked
okay
about
with
on
it.
the way in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things I wrote down. But we know here's the goals that we're working towards. And as long as we're making progress in that direction, I don't care so much about the day to day, because I know that we're still committed to this goal together. And as long as we get there, whatever happens in the in between, we're still going to be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But making sure that you're having those conversations together is huge, because that doesn't happen very much.
I would say it's easier to have a slightly uncomfortable situation or conversation than right away, then wait.
Yeah.
And then have like
Oh,
a
yeah.
list of things to do.
Yeah.
That's easier for me of like, hey, the amount of money spent here made me feel uncomfortable, and I just want to, we did this the other day. It feels like, he said, it feels like we're spending a lot more than we normally do. And that's making me that's starting to make me feel uncomfortable. Why are we spending more money? Why does it feel like that?
Yeah.
And that was a great opportunity for me. Okay, perfect. Well, we had these things come in, and so we decided that I needed to take care of these 3 things. Grant is going up in size clothing, so you're seeing more on Target. That's where I can get the cheapest clothes right now. And so just having a conversation of why I'm spending where I'm spending, and instantly he was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Instead of feeling like, she went to Target again and spent $70.
She's hiding it from me.
That's right.
Like, oh,
That's right.
okay, there's like an explanation. And so I've learned that I would just rather have an uncomfortable conversation, slightly uncomfortable right away, and be like, hey, these blankets were on sale. I got 2. We needed an extra one for the house, but I also want a Christmas gift. And I know it's July. I know it's July, but they were on major sale. And just him like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, all right, it's just easier to have the conversation than you've been spending money here, here, and here for 3 months, and now we're in the hole.
Yeah.
Before it was just one transaction, one conversation. It really nips it in the bud, and so it's easier to have, in my opinion.
I think one of the things we've learned from so in our office, there's a lot of married couples who are in business. It's not required, but it's just kind of law of attraction. We've all found each other, you know? And one of the things that one of the couples does is every single month they have a family finance meeting. And they sit down in their office and they review their budget and they review their spending and here's where we're allocating this and that. And that's helped them keep up. That's more rigid than where we align. I mean, I'll throw out just a freebie. We don't get paid for this, but what's that money app that we use? Rocket Money?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We use
Like
it.
so
$60
easy.
a year or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's next to nothing. You link it to your bank account. It swipes back and forth. It tracks everything for you and tells you, like, in the middle of the month, hey, you spent too much. Or, you still got this much
It
left.
let me
That
find out a lot of my
notification
subscriptions that I
Yes.
was like,
Yeah.
'cause I used to try to get the Hula for free
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
$1.99.
Yeah.
So I got like 2 emails.
Yeah.
Like, put this one under Dr. Musk, Deontay
Yeah.
Musk. You know
Oh,
what
it's
I'm
all
saying?
that there.
You
Oh, yeah.
canceled over there, yeah.
And it's like, you still been paying what?
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
But using a little app or something like that keeps that transparency, so you can always just check in, you know. And then
Yeah.
it's less like I feel like we're spending money, and it's more like, hey, here's the numbers. We're actually doing good. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
With him, I have to have data to win an argument. I have to have actual data. It can't be emotional. I have learned that. I lose all my train of thought, and then it doesn't work. So I have
I'm also a better arguer, so
He
it's,
is.
it's not a fair
It's
fight.
a fact. And so I did say that. I said, actually, Rocket Money, we're down $500
She
this
just
month.
whipped it out and showed me.
And he was like,
All
oh,
right.
okay. And that ended it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
Hey, Rocket Money, your
According
friend.
to my record,
Yeah,
that's
right.
You
So
got
we're
me.
doing this.
You got me.
Okay. Sit down. Let's go over it.
Yeah.
So it was good. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing though is just having those conversations together because
It's
it's
a
awkward.
conversation.
for sure.
And we grew up differently too. A lot of
For
people
sure.
Oh sure,
grow
yeah.
up differently in the way that they spent their money or even how much money they had growing up.
Yeah.
So if you have a couple who had everything and went on a ton of vacations growing up, who married somebody who didn't really go on vacation
Yeah.
and grew up eating rice and chicken, they're going to just naturally feel more stress about spending money. Even if you have the money to spend, they're naturally going to feel more stressed about it because their 20 years or 18 years of childhood told them you can't spend money or we're going to be toast.
Right.
So just keeping in mind, like, there is baggage, your people, you grew
Yeah.
up with all of that. So
Upbringing matters,
Yeah.
definitely.
it does.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does matter. And so just not feeling attacked, just realizing, oh, he's probably feeling this not because, or I'm probably feeling this not because there's an actual issue, but probably because of something in my subconscious that's telling me,
Sure.
hey, let's panic, when there's not really a need to. It's just reaction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did you guys have to go through different trial runs to find something that finally worked for your family?
For like
Ours.
budgeting, money
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've tried zero-based dollar budgeting apps. We've tried free ones. We've tried pay ones. And really what works for us, it's been working for us, is something that just does it all for us.
Yeah.
So that's having a system that every time I swipe my card, it automatically just puts it in a category for me. We set at the beginning of the month, here's what I want to spend in these categories, and it just tells me, hey, you're 80% to your spend, or you're 120% of your spend. Like, oh, okay, we've got to stop, right?
Right.
Take some stuff back or sell some stuff, you know. But that's really what's helped us. But there's a ton of trial and error, and I even tried for a while. We were doing paper budgeting. I mean,
Yeah, we tried.
tracking each thing. We've used Google Sheets and Excel spreadsheets, but I'd
What
rather.
helped is when I took over it.
Oh yeah.
Because he was trying to do it because he's the money guy. But then we never wanted to get to a point, I think I'm okay with saying this, but
Yeah,
we
go
never wanted to get to a point where he was making a suggestion to a client based on our finance needs.
Mm.
We never wanted that to ever get in the way of how we serve our clients.
Yeah.
And so we sat down and he was like, it's not in the way, but I'm scared that it might be someday.
Mhm.
Are you okay with taking it over?
Yeah.
And so once I took that over, it does make it easier for us. It does make me more anxious because I don't like dealing with money. I like the people part of it. But it was definitely better for our dynamic. So having that conversation of
Yeah.
he came to me, I'm having panic and anxiety over this, and I don't want to do it anymore. Do you think you could take it on? And I said, yeah, let me try for 3-4 months and see if I can handle it. And then if I can, yeah, I'll take it. And it was definitely better. So if just having that conversation,
Yeah, we switched
might need to
roles.
switch it up a little bit, and that's okay.
5 years into marriage. For 5 years, I'd paid all the bills, but I'm not an organized person. And I'm the first one to
That's
tell you that.
exactly what happened to us.
Yeah.
too. Same
He
thing.
was
It's
missing
tough.
bills, thought it was fine. I'm
Oh,
Her lights
yeah.
got cut off one time, and Ted was
Yeah.
going to leave me. She's going
Yeah.
to move back in with her mom. She
Uh-huh.
said, "This is not how we do things."
Oh yeah.
She said, "What do you mean?" I'm like, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, you know, sometimes my checking goes into my savings goes
Yeah,
into my
that's
checking.
right.
You know, I have to pay the
not a
Yeah,
bills. too.
y'all are free spirits. Like it'll work itself out.
Yeah.
And she like,
Yeah.
We're paying for that in the background.
you got all them
Right.
candles you bought?
Yeah, for
That's
real.
right.
It's time for candles.
Yeah,
That's
why do you
right.
think it's working out? Us.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it's working out.
Yeah.
But she knows how to like she puts them on schedules where they just come
Yeah.
out automatically. So
Yeah.
we've never had that issue again.
Yep.
And me,
I got it
Not the
covered.
same.
yeah, we would have been.
I'm not living like that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
But that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not her mom paid
See?
everything, make sure everything. Her mom was a single mom, but she made sure everything was
Yes.
done and everything. But me, I grew up foster care.
Yeah.
You know what
Sure.
I'm saying? What I'm
Sure.
what? We survivors.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? If I didn't have
Right.
no lights, I would be
Yeah.
okay.
And clearly you're fine, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we're like, yeah, well, I'm fine.
It works.
I'm
So it's
Batman.
fine. Yeah.
I'm playing the
That's
game. I'm like,
What's the problem? I'm
Yeah.
clearly alive, so there's no issue here.
Mhm.
We're stressed out in the background.
Right. Sweating.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a
This is how
tough
it works.
conversation though, because I manage money for people,
Yeah.
lots of people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I can't do mine at the same
Yeah.
time, you know. And asking her to take that's not her forte, you know. But she's very organized, so it worked out.
Yeah.
But just realizing like the I can't do this and keep this going and asking her for help, it was huge.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
man enough to
Yeah.
admit that too. It's
Seeing
Yeah.
some crow there, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
And in talking about it too, the people in our office that are all married, all of the spouses that aren't in the finance do the finances. So you've got Andy and Stacy. Andy is a financial advisor, same as Mitch, and Stacy does all their finances.
Okay.
Same with David and Rachel. David's the finance guy. Rachel does all their personal finances. It just seems to work better. But also that was advice that we got. You don't want, especially in our industry, we didn't want that ever to play a
Yeah.
role
Just
in.
things
Like, I
that
have
can
to make
pay-
X amount of dollars this month. No, because then that leads to bad business, and we never wanted
Yeah.
that to be
Yeah.
on the table or even
Yeah.
in our
Gonna do
vicinity.
what's best for the person. And if
100%.
it's between A and B, and A pays a lot of money and B pays not a lot of money, we got to do what's right for the person. I don't want to be like,
Correct.
well, A's a good option because I got mortgage coming out
Yeah.
tomorrow. You
Yeah.
know, like
And
we
that
don't
can be
want to do that.
taboo. That can be taboo in the finance industry.
Yeah.
You know, people are always worried about that. And so we're
Yeah.
very upfront with that when they come into the office of here's exactly how much we're getting paid and here's what it's going to cost you and all of that.
Yeah.
Because it's easier, again, to take it off the table and to
Yeah.
just get right out there in front of it. And then that builds trust with your clients as well.
For sure.
So we're
For sure.
passionate about that for sure.
The Borst is dropping gems in here
That's
today.
right.
Boom.
Yes, they are.
That part. The money team.
I'm
That's
gonna have to
right.
go back and
The
watch
money
this for
team.
myself.
That's great.
This episode. Well, we coming at the end of the show.
Okay.
So we always like to ask our guests if they have any marriage advice they want to give or the best marriage advice you've ever been given
Oh.
to share with our viewers
Mm.
on MarstonMarriage.com, the
Yeah.
Marston Marriage Community and Family.
I'm going to say something, and you're not going to guess this what I'm going to say.
Okay.
The single thing that I can attribute our personal relationship, it benefited that the most, my personal relationship with other people around me, made our marriage better, all that stuff, is I went to therapy for a while. I went and talked to a counselor. It's not something I grew up with, didn't exist in the circles that I grew up in,
Mhm.
but I went through a period where like I saw this picture of myself as a kid
Yeah.
and then had nightmares for a couple nights. I'm like, that's not normal. That's not
Right.
real, right? And she's like, hey, you should probably go talk to someone about that. I'm like, men don't go talk to people about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just choke it down, no big deal. But I went and talked to someone about it, and the first time they're like, oh, so what can I help you with? And I'm like, oh, my wife made me come. And then second time I went back, they're like, so tell me about, and I just cried like a little girl for a long time, you know, and all this stuff I didn't realize was bothering me. But then over like a year, starting to work through some of that stuff, we stopped fighting about stuff that wasn't really about us. It was about
Yeah.
something that happened when I was 13 with my older brother, like, you know, this type of stuff
Yeah.
comes out. But that was one of the biggest things is I'm not equipped to deal with some of the stuff that I've got. I got to go talk to someone about it. So
Yeah.
that's been a huge thing in my life and in our marriage that has saved us a ton of work, and then it also taught us how to talk to each other and all that stuff. So
It's been, yeah, we've both been to therapy, and it's been a huge help. Just
Right.
realizing, oh, again, back to back to what I was talking about finance. It's a lot. It's all in your subconscious. Your body remembers everything,
For sure.
and so realizing, oh, and being able to call that out too. Hey,
Yeah.
you're projecting something that you haven't dealt with on me, and that's not fair to me. I love
Yeah.
you, but you need
Oh, I
to
hate to
either.
hear that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like I love you, but you need to go take a run. You need to go back in the yard for a minute and figure yourself out, and then we
Yeah.
can talk. I'm happy to talk you through this, but that what you're saying
Yeah.
to me isn't. No, it's not going to go down well.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
go fix that. And
I love how she did that. You're projecting.
yeah,
That's right.
I love you, but
That's not
you're
fair to
yes,
me.
That's
I
it.
I
love
want to help you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm here to help you, but if you say that, you better be right. Because
Yeah.
if you're not projecting,
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good fight to have.
Yeah.
I don't think I really have anything. I'm trying to think of something that I add. The common phrase is just don't go buy something new. If it's broken, fix it. And so when there's things that need to be fixed, marriage takes work,
Totally
Yeah.
gotta fight
Work.
it out.
and it's really hard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd rather deal with his junk and his issues than somebody else's. First of
Yeah.
all, that just seems exhausting. I don't want to learn another person.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Love
like,
how she thinks.
it sounds so tiring. So I would rather pick up if I'm not picking up his socks or his sweatpants or whatever, some other lady's gonna do it, and I'd rather it be me. And I'd rather he makes me laugh, and I'd rather keep him around than try to learn somebody else's jokes.
I remember when that changed. Like it was like our 5th or 6th Valentine's Day married. When we're like, it don't feel the same as year 1 or year 2. It's
Yeah.
not
That
like
was really scary.
newlywed.
to
I'm like,
have that
what's
conversation.
wrong with us?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm appreciating different things now than I was then because
Yeah.
we've had a kid or two and things change and schedules change and work
The
changes.
love changed.
Love
It wasn't.
changes, yeah.
It wasn't when you're newly married. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
exciting. But then when you're married for like 5 years and you have 2 kids, you're like,
Stop telling that same joke, bro.
Yeah. Take out the trash, man.
Yeah, all that
Let's
stuff.
do the work. That's
yeah,
right.
and it does. It changes a little bit, but then you just get a deeper appreciation. You come home every night. You're consistent. You make me and our babies laugh. You provide, and so it's a different love. And then realizing, oh, we're both changing,
Yeah.
but talking about that as well. That was scary to say. Hey, I'm really scared to admit this, but it feels different.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Is that okay?
No,
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, no, I feel the same way. And we both were crying. And we're like,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, I thought we were done. I thought it was changing. I was losing
Real.
love. Like, no, it's
That's a
just
big
different love.
moment
Yeah.
for us. Yeah.
So,
Let's
living,
find
loving,
out.
and laughing.
You're like, let's explore it.
yes,
right.
Something
yeah,
new.
it's
You're right.
okay. It's okay that it's going to change.
Yeah.
Life changes, seasons change. So,
That part.
don't be afraid to change with them.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great advice.
I'm so happy to have y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Borst, for being on the show.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Mitch and Jacqueline in the building, dropping gems on the
For
Boss and
sure.
Marriage Gold Show. God oversees all love stories.
Let's
I'm your
go.
host, Dr. Deontay Boss.
I'm Dr. Crantel Moss.
And that was the Gold Show. God oversees all love stories. Don't do marriage alone.
Let's go.